Excellent.
Good evening, Melrosians the world over. Today is Tuesday, April 18th, 2023, and I am Tom Catalini.
I'm Sam Hammer.
I'm Tom Shampoo.
And I'm Jen LeClaire.
And this is Let's Talk Melrose. Melrose, a show where Melrosians talk to Melrosians about Melrose, and there's a lot to get caught up on. Keeping Melrose beautiful. There's some news items floating around town. We have some awesome guests from the Knights of Columbus on tonight to talk about just like an overwhelming amount of programming and charity work happening over there. What a show.
Mm-hmm.
So much to talk about. So much going on.
We're all so exhausted too, because we all ran the marathon yesterday, right? Anybody raise your hand? No, no, me neither. Yeah.
But it was a rest day.
But there are a few Melrosians who did. I don't know them all. I know our friend of the show, Rilda Kissel, was one of the runners who
good for her.
Ran for charity. Nice. Mm-hmm. And I did see a couple other pictures posted. Not everybody that I know, but shout out to all the runners. It's such a feat. And yesterday was kind of a bit of a cool, drizzly day, so that's no fun. Or even less fun than I imagine it would normally be. So shout out. And of course, thoughts to and remembering, it's 10 years since all those folks lost lives and people were injured. So it was it's kind of an incredible year.
Yeah, one thing I noticed leading up to it were the folks on Facebook who were posting about where they were, how close they were, what was happening. And there were a lot of Melrosians, right? Really close to everything.
Yes. Yeah. And part of that reason, I don't know if you know this, a friend of mine, Todd Keown, is a Cambridge firefighter, and he helps organize the firefighters, organize all the EMT and the volunteers at the finish line. And they often say that one of the reasons that more people weren't more seriously hurt is that all of the volunteers happen to also be EMTs. And that only happens in Boston, and it's because of that. Yeah.
Well, thank you to them and to the firefighters that are coming on the show later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So speaking of, there's lots of synergy happening on this show because the Melrose Running Club, if you're inspired by the marathon running, the Melrose Running Club is going to conduct their next 10-week walk to run program. Their first session being next Tuesday, 25th, at the Melrose Knights of Columbus. Registration starts at 6:30. They do a shoe clinic with Marathon Sports and then go out for their first run. It's a walk to run program where you learn how to start from, they say like couch to 5K, that kind of thing. They train you to be able to run for at least 30 minutes. Tips on running, shoe selection, nutrition, that's all help provided by members of the running club. So you join for a $30 half-year membership fee, and they help train you, which is great.
It's really helpful. I know my wife did a 5K a bunch of years ago, and she loved the whole process of learning how to run because she was never really a runner. So it is good, and it's easy to do once you get started, and having someone support that effort is really, really important.
Yep. And we have a few friends that are kind of double dog daring each other to join. So, Izzy Cerise, who may or may not be watching, with some of the drama gang. Yep.
Nice.
And then I was having coffee with Jen Gentili, who might also be joining. I think if I say it enough, it'll happen. But cool. Yes, I don't know if I do this, I'm going to have to do the show really post-run gross. So we'll have to have
sweaty.
We'll have to decide together.
It's Tuesday night, and then I think they end up down the night sometimes on Tuesday nights afterwards, and that might be, we're talking about doing a live remote shoot from there sometime in the future. So there's more synergy. There's a lot happening.
Nonstop.
Yeah, there's several different ways that a person could run.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Right. There's a lot of races.
There's races and running happening.
Wait,
talk
we
about
cannot,
that.
we cannot move forward without introducing the official news segment.
That's right. All right.
What's your official news segment?
Right here.
Not a new segment,
I
a
meant
News
segment.
I see.
I mean, I
Gotcha.
did introduce the What's Bill Butler Doing, which is sort of faded away
Yeah,
because
see,
it's crowded out by all this other news. But we got to get back on that. But he's also like, we need another intern just to track that guy down and find out what he's up to.
Bill.
All right.
I kind of think he's at home just watching the show. It's like you speed her up. He's got a cold drink, you know.
All right, guys, we did the news thing, and
We
the biggest news, as far as I'm concerned, is that
look at that! Wow, this is big news.
Our friend and co-host, what are you doing, Sam Hammer?
There, now I'm ready.
On
like the
Friday,
Mr. Rogers.
On Friday, announced her run for mayor of Melrose, and we could not be more excited.
Thank you, Linda. Yes, I'm super excited. Thank you guys for being extra supporters. Yes, I'm running. As you mentioned last week, Mayor Paul Broder is not seeking re-election, so it's an open seat. And after 20 years of municipal and state government experience and for-profit experience, marketing, and so on, I had to put that in there after some patch comments. I'm in. This is my life's work, and it would be an honor. And I feel extremely dedicated and committed to making Melrose a place where we all want to be, where we all want to live and thrive. So lots to coming up. It's going to be a very fun summer.
Yeah.
And lots of topics that we've covered on this show over the last couple of years, almost 3 years now. We've been doing this. So we look forward to just having conversations around all of that, just what's going on, what are people talking about, what are the things that people are thinking about, and other conversations.
Yep.
I have a couple of critiques to offer, if that would be helpful. At this
How come
time.
we're not surprised by that?
Well, and I guess I'm not a deep strategist in the political realm, but I don't know why the announcement, I had to read about it in the paper and on Facebook versus on our own media show, which is focused on nothing but news in Melrose. And then when I do read it in the paper, and I don't know who's responsible for this, but they buried the lead. The title of the article is obviously LTMM co-host makes a run for mayor, and LTMM was buried way down in the 10th paragraph. Anyway, I'm sure there's just a few people you can fire, Sam.
That was probably the intern. That was an intern or something.
Yeah, probably an intern thing or whatever. But anyway, that was my only observation so far.
All right. Well, we'll take it into consideration for the next time. You'll do better. How about that? Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm excited. And I'm not the only one in the race, as you mentioned last week, and there's still a lot of time for people to jump in. So, as you know, I feel like competition and democracy, and the more candidates there are, the better conversation, the more well-rounded conversation we're going to have. So, come on in.
So I would just credit where credit's due. Also, this show and its predecessor were your brainchild in doing to get those kinds of conversations going in the community. And it's been 5 years ago, and so starting 5 years ago, and it's been a great ride. And I'm just so glad that you're in the race and you're going for it. That's a big commitment personally, and you don't know who else might jump in or how this is going to go. It's a long run. Thank you for doing it. Thank you, everybody who's running for elected office in Melrose. And I just really appreciate what you just said about getting the conversations going. That's what spawned this show. And I think that's what we need more of. And as we've talked about for a long time, there needs to be something in between, a 4-hour slog and a city hall meeting and the Facebook group. So there's room for more conversation, and I'm glad you're open to that.
Yep, always. And I always say at the end, I'm up for coffee, and if you come out, it's on me. So I have a coffee budget that I need to maintain. So I'm really excited.
So
Nice.
we're
Well,
excited
congrats.
for you.
I'm trying to be as serious as possible while I have the blazer on. So.
And the blue blazer's on. There you go.
Yeah, it's like
you know what's going on.
We're going to start every show with you like putting the blue blazer on now for the next several months.
Well, let me know when we're moving on. I will take it off.
Okay.
We're moving on.
We're moving on. Yeah, we're moving on.
That's enough about you, Sam. Let's go. Let's get on with the show.
There's still 3 other co-hosts.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, maybe we could run as a ticket. Maybe it could be a 4-way
that would be
ticket.
so great. Well, I think that people know that you all come along with me. Everyone gets a fob into City Hall.
Ooh,
nice.
Okay, great.
I want to be vice mayor. Can I be vice mayor?
Sure. Well, since you want more airtime, why don't you go over the zoning ordinances?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why don't you provide us a summary? So that is one of the things that we wanted to talk briefly about tonight. The city council, they may be finished now, but this evening we're discussing several amendments to zoning ordinances coming out of the Office of Community and Economic Development. Sam, do you want to? When you guys want to? Some of them are about setbacks, fences, stone walls, greenery, hedges, things like that. Some of it has to do with the definitions of different types of dwellings in Melrose, things like that. So, and I know some of it, some of it is in an attempt to get to some of the goals laid out in the Melrose Forward plan. So I like that. I appreciate that. And I appreciate, I don't have a super great understanding about all of it, but what I was able to dig through, I do appreciate that they're looking at some of these things and looking at making some changes that make sense to, serve how we live and how our community is developing in Melrose. So that's about all I got.
Excellent. That was excellent.
Wow, okay.
I know. So I wish I had a direct link, but I only have the download to the zoning amendment package presentation. It's 39 pages, but everything is very clear what the changes could be and why it's I don't know. I highly recommend it if you're into this stuff. And this is how it's these small little changes that make a big difference in how our city changes over time.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's pretend for a minute that I'm not reading the 35 pages.
39 pages.
39 pages. Just for let me throw out a hypothetical. Let's pretend I didn't read that. Could we do we have some confidence, like Jen was saying, that this is sort of driven by the larger strategic plans? I know that there's like a housing plan, there's the Melrose Forward. And is this just sort of going through the process and now more details are revealed? And you said it's going to the city council. Did they just vote on it tonight and it's done? Or is it going into committee and people have a chance to participate in this? How does this work?
Great questions. I'll try to answer the first of the 15 that you just asked. I
like this. I like this. Now Sam has to answer every question.
Right.
Now we're like leaning in.
These changes are not, again, they're not big changes they're changes in definition and changes to, instead of saying family units, it says dwelling units, because you don't want to imply a family. And they're all related in some part to, there's one about retail food establishment, redefining that, which is related to our evolving liquor laws, which we did talk about. We should have somebody come on and talk through what those are. And the other ones do point to the Melrose Forward plan, talking about unit sizes, that we shouldn't define what a minimum unit size is, that we shouldn't define the size of units anyway if we're able to build more housing for people.
Right.
So some of these things have like further implications in the future. So I hope there's more conversation about what these things mean. And yeah, it's going to be, it's pretty cool. One of them, it's actually really kind of a big deal, is this, the votes for special permit and approval, which basically turns let me see if I can get it right. It turns the supermajority into a majority. But let me go and find that so I don't.
Okay.
I think I'm nodding off a little bit. Maybe we
don't want to get too deep in the weeds on this.
Anyway,
sorry, I withdraw the question.
Nodding off.
If you can imagine, Tom, and your family, so you have 3 kids and Stephanie, so there are 5 of you. So instead of having all of you have to decide, or a supermajority, 2/3 of you have to decide that where you're going to dinner, just a simple majority will do it. So that's kind of what that's all about.
I think he's still nodding off.
No.
I
All right.
He's
his
trying
connection's-
to go on. He's trying to figure out where.
I'm pretending that my connection is frozen.
Okay, let's
right.
move on. Let's move on. So next week, actually starting the middle of this week, I think, but it's Earth Week in Melrose. Melrose celebrates Earth Day and Earth Week, April 22nd to April 30th. And there was a list far too long to go over here in the show doc, but on the city website and the mayor's page, there's a full calendar of a lot of different things to learn about in terms of some of the energy initiatives that Melrose is working on, and even things like activities and books and programming happening at the library to support.
Nice.
So it was really sort of robust and comprehensive. But one thing that stood out to me is I think we're looking at it here at our house, a rain barrel purchase program, right? So you can purchase a rain barrel from DPW.
You can have my old one.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Because they're like $80. But anyway, you can purchase a rain barrel. And it's according to the EPA, rain barrels can save 1,300 gallons of water. About 30% of daily water use takes place outdoors. I imagine at my house, it's like 90% of our ridiculously robust sprinkler system that I have in our backyard. So yeah, we might look into getting something like that. You can pick it up at the city yard.
I think it's because they are definitely very expensive. So it's a great program.
Yeah.
Rain barrels.
It's downspout rain barrels for those who are new to the program. Downspouts, barrels, watering.
Yeah. Sam, you want to grab the next one?
Yes. Oh, I would love to. So the Human Rights Commission has put out a survey related to Pride 2023 event that's coming up. They'd like to know if you would like to be involved and how, and also what you would like to see. So I've only filled it out one time, but the word parade is in there probably 5 times. But it's great. I'm really happy that they asked. They asked what we wanted, and we'll see if we can. We'll see if we have a parade. I'm sorry. We'll see if they can satisfy what the people are interested in.
What the other people besides your parade request.
Everybody loves a parade.
Everybody loves a parade. That's right.
The citywide annual Pride flag raising ceremony will take place on June 1st at 6:30, and the celebration at the BB will be on Friday, June 9th at 5 p.m. So,
great.
Yeah. Always a good time.
All right, we gotta bring our guests
on.
We're just gonna skip ahead to this part. There's always lots of arts and cultural activities going on. We usually highlight a few of them, but we're gonna send you this week directly to melrosecreativealliance.org, where you can find out what's going on and sign up to get that emailed to you. Let's go. Yeah.
Tom, we need the walk-up music.
Oh, that rock and roll music we have here. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mark and John.
Thank you very much.
Hi, guys.
Pleasure to be here.
Hi. Hey, guys. Mark and John are both members of the Melrose Knights of Columbus and are here to talk to us about some of the great work that all the great work that you guys are doing in the community through the Knights of Columbus and some of the charity work that's going on.
Different events.
It's hard to keep track of. I'm a member of the Knights. I'm down there all the time for all these events, and it's literally difficult to keep track of all the different things. There's an intersection with so many different groups in the community, and we started talking, Mark, last time I was there about the Hometown of Heroes event coming up in June. But then it's like, oh, what about Bill Butler's charity event where he was bartending? That was awesome. What about the U2 concert was last week? So maybe you can give us a rundown of some of the recent things that have that past successes from the near past, and then we can maybe go on from there.
Oh, absolutely. Let me start off first by saying congratulations, Sam, on your candidacy, and best of luck with that.
Thank you.
Good luck. And
Thanks.
we definitely would love to thank the community and all the Melrosians for the U2 concert that we just had. That was a great fundraiser at Memorial Hall last Friday, and we made some serious good contribution for the Melrose and the Malden Food Pantry. Just to talk about a couple of the charitable donations that we do make here at the Knights of Columbus. But the Hometown Heroes event is in June 10th. That this will be our 4th year. I'm the event coordinator, and what we do is we just want to let all the first responders, the police department, and the veterans of the community know that we support them and we're here for them. And without them, the community wouldn't be the same, right? And I say it all the time, a community that comes together flourishes together. And we have to recognize those that take care of us, and they're on the forefront of that.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much.
So what does that event look like? Like what should we, how do we participate, and how do we
help? Yeah.
So you can come down June 10th. It's open to the community. We provide food. We will have Irish step dances here, the police honor guard, the fire department, raffles, and everything else, just to have a good time for that day. Raffles are $20 each, and that goes to host the event as well as give all the proceeds back to the fire and police department benevolent funds and a local veteran charity as well. And last year, I think we raised close to $1,000 for each of those departments, to include Challenge Accepted, which we just made another donation to for $500, where they bring disabled veterans skiing and snowboarding out in the Midwest or up north in New England, and help them reassimilate into society and learn some new skills.
That's amazing. Is there a link for the Hometown Heroes event, or will there be one, like up on your website or Facebook or anything?
Yeah, there should be one on the Melrose Knights of Columbus Facebook.
Okay.
Donations, we ask for a $10 donation that will help feed one hero, and those can be mailed to 23 West Foster Street, Melrose, and just write it out to the Melrose Knights of Columbus and memo Hometown Heroes. You'll see us around town selling the raffle tickets. They look like that. There's 3 top grand prizes. You can win a $1,500 first prize, a $1,000 second prize, or a $500 third prize.
Oh my God!
It also gives back to the community as well.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we're trying to get the word out so all those who we're honoring can hear about this. So spread the word to come down, and so that anybody who's interested can help support it. Trying to get the word out early here. We've got a couple of months almost to get there. And also in between, there's always something going on at the Knights. There's an open mic night every Thursday. And anytime you're in there for anything, you can always, slide a check under the door, pick up a raffle ticket if the bar is open. Seriously. So, like Mark was saying, well, there's probably going to be a link, but it's also, there's a lot of reasons to go down there, and you can always, get a ticket from the bartender or hand in something in person. And so what's happening on April 29th that people might want to come down for, Mark?
Well, April 29th is going to be a good day, Tom. I'm glad you asked. We'll be doing the Battle of the Bands. We're working in conjunction with the Workley, Melissa Landon over at the Workley, and we're going to put on a venue of local live bands. There'll be 6 of them. I think we have Dad, the Noel Smith and the Steady Dreamers, the John Gray Trio, the Paul Rutley Experiment, and Solinar. And then our house band will be our very own Tim Coe.
Oh,
nice.
You know, Tim Coe's son is in the Paul Rutley Experiment, so they'll be one of the bands battling as well. So this will be a $500 grand prize. The community gets to vote on who they think the best band is. We'll have our very own BT's Barbecue providing food all day for the event, and raffles and cash bar. So it's going to be a great day from 3 to 9.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
you can get those tickets on Eventbrite. Battle of the Bands.
It's from 3 to 9. That's a great day. That's a lot of music. And a lot of barbecue. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
That sounds like fun.
And I might add this, Jen, that you and I have discussed. We're going to make a donation to the Melrose Destination Imagination. So proceeds from the bar will go back to that great organization and those kids.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, Melrose DI is a STEAM education program. We're sending a team to global finals this year. They're doing pretty good with their fundraising, but this is going to get our Globals fund replenished for these teams that we send and help us kickstart next season and all that stuff. So we really, really appreciate it. DI is an all volunteer program, so we really appreciate your support.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate you folks.
So I want to just back up to make sure that. So what's your role, Mark, with the Knights? And also, John, I want to pull John in the conversation as well. What do you each do? And then tell us more about why you're doing the work that you're doing and what you hope to accomplish with the community of Melrose around you. Just get a sense. I've seen you at some of the live music nights, and so that's always fun on Thursday nights. But I want to get a sense of sort of how long you've been doing this and where you're trying to get to.
Mark and I have been working together to try to just keep the daily things you have to do to keep the building up, have the events organized, have the doors open, show the place to people who may want to rent it for their parties or what have you. And just that daily stuff. We also have 2 different boards that serve, one our charity hand and the other one's the whole building end of it. And so they oversee everything, but we're the ones that have to actually carry out what they decide what we want to do. And so it is just a group of folks that come together and they try to plan out how they can be active in the community and give back and try to help a fellow Melrosians out,
Yeah. Well, I'd say it's not without notice because there's, like Tom said, there's always something going on. You guys do your best to always have those doors open to the community. I know sometimes there's like school dances in there and stuff too. You see there's kids. It's a great place for the kids to be able to do events and dances and activities there. And Melrose is looking at the Melrose Creative Alliance is looking with the city of Melrose in partnership to seek an arts and cultural designation, a state designated arts and cultural district. And so the Knights of Columbus is really such a central and important venue and asset for programming and all the stuff that you're doing right in the center of our downtown. So it's we really appreciate it. It's really cool.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So.
And there may be no higher art form than a comedy night. We almost forgot about. Once a month, there's a comedy night at the Knights. I think second Saturday of the month, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, every second Saturday of the month.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the last one looked pretty full. There were a lot of people there.
It's a packed venue every month. We've been doing it for well over a year, and that just helps us with our cause. To reiterate what John was saying, there's 2 aspects to the building, right? We have the building association where John and we manage the facility. We're on the board of directors, and I'm the events coordinator for most of the fundraising stuff that comes through here. So we can create money for the council aspect and give back to some of the community needs, to let the community know that we're there for them. We give multiple donations to some of these following charities. I'll let John go down the list real quick. But the Battle of the Bands and like the U2 concert that went to the food pantry, My Brother's Table in Lynn. And then we have several other ones.
Yeah, last year, our council donated to the Coach for Kids, which is the National Knights of Columbus program, to go, tries to help out local recipients. And in the same vein, the Global Wheelchair Mission, the Melrose Food Pantry, the Malden Food Pantry, the Lynn Food Kitchen, Melrose Alliance Against Violence, Melrose Emergency Fund, the 3 parishes that service Melrose, and some scholarships, St. Vincent de Paul, Benevolent Fund, and Challenge Accepted. And we, if you're walking by, since we're so close to Main Street, we have a nice board outside. We post this right on there to show we're trying to help out the community. Let people know that the things are really working through here, trying to almost be a conduit.
Right. Even with Bill Butler's, he just had a venue up here for Eden, homeless, and we sponsored the fundraiser for that, which was a great turnout. I think most of you might have been there.
There's Bill. There's Bill with his heavy pour.
Yeah.
I love Bill.
That was a super fun night.
Yeah.
That was a great event.
Yeah.
So
during
was
your sorry, go ahead, Tom.
Sorry, I was just going to say that was just such a great event because it was a simple idea that brought people together, raised a lot of money for the charity, and everybody had a blast. And thanks to Bill and his friend who was giving me flack because I didn't remember his name. And now I'm
Ramsey.
again.
Ramsey.
Thanks to Bill and Ramsey for pulling that together. What a wonderful idea and just an easy, fun thing to participate in for a good cause. Sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I feel like we're about to have Battle of the Toms.
Yeah.
I know. I was only going to ask a quick question about during all this time now, a couple of years of putting all these events together and kind of elevating the opportunity for folks to engage. Has anything surprised you? How do you feel the reception has been from the community at large? Like, what do you think about the last couple of years of doing this work?
Post-COVID, I think it's been a great attribute for the community as a whole. It's allowed people to come together and just to realize that we're all in this together. We're not a bunch of individuals, and without one another, we can't make it work. And by us providing this venue for the community, it showcases that any nonprofit can come to us and we will help spread the word for what they're trying to do. Because let's face it, the kids' destination imagination, it's all about them. And it's all about leading by example, right? If you don't lead by example, how do you get your message across? And I think that's very important. And that's what the Knights of Columbus and John and I try to do for the establishment. And it's been a very good welcoming from all Melrosians. And they look at the Knights of Columbus now like the local community center.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
100%.
exactly. You just nailed it. You're exactly right. You have this building. It can just be a building sitting there, or you can make it into a real community center and a real community asset. And you guys have really done that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep. It's welcoming. You guys are great, fun to work with. It's a welcoming place. So I really appreciate it.
And there's something for everybody, right? There's music, there's activities, there's fundraisers, there's comedy, there's all kinds of fun things happening.
Yeah, 100%. The bagpipers come down. We let them. So you'll always hear the Irish pipes and drums, and then you have the Melrose Runners Club
and the runners.
Yeah.
The runners, the bagpipes, and you may see LTMM broadcasting up at the bar sometime.
Yeah.
Well, there's also that. I mean, you might see a crew like that. That's what you get. If you open your doors, we're going to show
we're
up.
coming. Yeah.
Well, maybe I can train Tom and Tom like I did Bill and Ramsey and allow you to be our guest bartenders for the day.
Oh, you bet. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I used to be a bartender. I bartended for many years as a wee lad. So
yes,
I'd
like
be
Tom
happy to do that.
Cruise. Tom Cruise learned all his moves from the
We'll just have to give the state a small donation and get you tip certified. So
I already have it.
For alcohol awareness.
Tom and I
he's
are
got
both.
it.
We're
I do
tip
too.
certified. Oh, so Jen and I should be
So
bartenders.
you two are the bartenders.
Jen and I will do bartending.
You two bartend. I'll bring the bullhorn. Sam will juggle the bottle.
And make fun of people at the bar, right? Give me that guy. That'd be great. I'm open to it.
And done.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, send us your calendar. We're in.
Yep.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Well, guys, thank you so
Oh my
much.
God,
Thank you.
That totally rounds out the idea for the live show. That's it.
That's right.
Now we have the hard work of picking a charity to benefit.
Why pick one?
Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
Right?
That's right.
Maybe there's multiple. Yeah. Good call. All right. Yeah. I mean, that's just a good example. John and Mark are always saying yes, and looking for ways to engage either proactively or so I would encourage those in the community to reach out with ideas because those are two guys that make it happen.
We love yes people.
Yes,
Yep.
we do.
Yeah.
Good, thank
Cool.
you.
All right.
Excellent.
You guys know what happens next. You guys know how we end it here.
Right. So,
All right, let's do it.
Oh,
All
All
right.
right.
we will-
So congrats again, Sam. Thank you guys again for being here. And we will see you around town.
See you
See you around
town.
town.
Around town. Thank you for hosting.
Perfectly coordinated.